Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to our online class in Introduction to the Philosophy of the Human Person. I'm your teacher, Mrs. Lovely Jimenez. Our lesson for today is
the human person and the environment.
The most essential learning competency in this session.
First, notice things that are not in their proper place and organize them in an aesthetic way. Second, show that care for the environment contributes to health, well-being, and sustainable development. And third, demonstrate the virtues of prudence and frugality towards environment. Have you ever realized the changes in our environment? Do you observe the weather in your place? It seems the typhoons are stronger and more frequent. Floods are everywhere, and our surroundings become dirtier and more chaotic. It seems that summer is hotter now compared to the past. The question is, how can we address these problems? In this lesson, you will discover different views on how human deals with the environment, proposes ways to address environmental issues, uphold its preservation and sustainability, and appreciates the beauty of nature. Now, let us read and analyze the lyrics of the song Uyayi sa Mundo by Buklod. Then, you're going to answer the following questions. Uyayi sa mundo, aking mundo, ihimlay ang pagalmong katawan. Sa duyan ng kalawakan, hayaang maghilom ang mga sugat sa iyong dibdib, nalikha ng mga tao, at itigil ng isang saglit ang iyong paggalaw, pagkat sa muli mong pag-inog ay may bago ng buhay. What do you feel when you read or hear the lyrics of the song? What do you think is the artist's intention or inspiration in writing the song? Do you agree that the world needs healing? Why or why not? Have you ever wondered what happens to the things you throw away? Did you ever think of the effects of these things on our surroundings? If not, it is the time for you to reflect. As the popular saying goes, what goes around comes around. It tells us that for every action, there will be effects to it. Blocked drainage, wastewater flooding, diseases, and different kinds of pollution are some of the consequences we are experiencing because many people show no concern for our environment. Aside from the loads of waste that we are creating, an efficient and negligent use of natural resources like electricity and water are also major problems we are facing right now. According to the Bible, we are human beings and we are a steward, and we should take care of our environment and not destroy it. The Earth's future is our responsibility, so let's find out how to take care of it. Let us study environmental philosophy. Environmental philosophy is a discipline that studies the moral relationship of human beings with the environment and its non-human contents. Philosophers believe that the human person has the ability to change the environment to suit his purposes. This means that as human person, we interact not only with our fellow human beings, but also with other living and non-living elements in our environment. Humankind is a part of the world, and we significantly affect our environment in the same way that changes in our environment affect us, according to Ramos 2015. Let's take a look on these three views of philosophical environment. First, anthropocentrism. This view focuses on the significant role of humankind in the world and considers nature as the means by which humans are able to meet their needs and survive. They believe that humans are the most important species on the planet, and they are free to transform nature and use its resources. Second, biocentrism believes that humans are not the only significant species on the planet, and that all other organisms have inherent value and should be protected. This view advocates ethical treatment of animals. Third is ecocentrism. It places great value on ecosystems and biological communities. This view believes that humankind is a part of a greater biological system or community, and that we have a significant role as stewards or guardians of nature. This view promotes the idea that order and balance in nature brings about stability and beauty. The influence of humanity on the environment can be best understood if we consider the individual person as a dynamic source of change within his particular environment. People may treat environment as source of raw materials to be used in any way he pleases and as something that envelops and surrounds him, thus have a unique relationship with it. This means that people can help solve environmental issues and problems. We can apply our philosophical investigation aesthetically to appreciate our nature. But how can we aesthetically organize the places that are not in order? Let us take a look in this picture. At the left side, the boy simply threw their garbage anywhere. In the right side, the boy threw the plastic bottle at the proper bin. So, simply doing this, you are organizing your garbage in the right place. So, what is environmental aesthetics? It is a philosophical view that believes in maintaining order in the environment will bring out the natural beauty of surroundings and contribute to the well-being of the people and other organisms living in it. By Andriga 2017. Do you agree? Yes, of course. Now, let's understand the ancient and modern thinkers' concept on how to appreciate nature. First, the ancient thinkers. According to Anaximander, the creation and destruction, the sketch of the genesis of the world, or cosmology, the evolution of the world begins with the generation of opposites in a certain region nature. Nature is indeterminate, boundless in the sense that no boundaries between the warm and or the moist and dry regions are originally present within, meaning the world is created in orderly manner. While Pythagoras described the universe as living embodiment of nature's order, harmony, and beauty, he sees our relationship with the universe involving biophilia, love of other living things, and cosmophilia, love of other living beings. How about modern thinkers? According to Wang 2017, Immanuel Kant, he said that the orderliness of nature and the harmony of nature with our faculties guide us toward a deeper religious perspectives, while Herbert Marcuse, humans have power over nature, and George Herbert Mead, men have duties and responsibilities in nature. So, if we are going to analyze, both ancient and modern thinkers believe that aesthetic beauty of nature is very important to maintain orderliness and helpful way of living of every human in this world. After knowing the important role of environmental aesthetics in contributing to the well-being of the people and other organisms living in it, let us study sustainable development. What is sustainable development? According to the World Commission on Environment and Development, sustainable development defined as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. To put it simply, the idea of sustainable development is any environmental, economic, and social advances can be realized within the carrying capacity of Earth's natural resources. It is reconciling human activities and economic advances while protecting our environment. Sustainable development upholds on the following principles. Number 1 is principle of environmental integrity. This principle means that any human activities or economic advances should not unduly disrupt the environment and human communities located in the area. The environment should not be drastically impacted by human activities. It means to say that any improvement or development in a specific area could not give harmful effect in the environment. Number 2, economic efficiency. This is to ensure that there is minimum to zero waste in using our natural resources. Abelia 2016. Like for using this product, sustainable fashion, waste-free wood products like bamboo toothbrush, biodegradable, disposable tableware like this cap. By using these recyclable materials, you are helping the environment. Number 3 is equity. It refers to conserving our natural resources so that the future generations will still be able to use it. Like for example, here in Occidental Mindoro, we have the Tamarao Conservation Farm. The influence of humanity on the environment can be best understood if we consider the individual as a dynamic source of change within his or her particular environment. There are theories that can explain how the humanity address environmental problems. These theories offers ways to value care, conservation, and preservation of nature and humanity. The first one is deep ecology. Its proponent is Arnice. It assumes that all living things possess equal value and intrinsic worth regardless of their usefulness or utility to other things. This is experiencing ourselves as part of the living earth and finding our role in protecting the planet. It highlights the shifting away of approaches to environment from anthropocentrism to ecocentrism. Shoku and Venzons 2016. Next is social ecology. Its proponent is Murray Bookchin. It believes that ecological problems can be traced to social problems. Societies that are structured around hierarchies as well as economic classes use their authority to dominate natural resources and exploit the environment for profit and self-interest. Lastly, ecofeminism. It assumes that male-centered view of nature is the root cause of ecological problems. To address environmental problems, humanity has to remove the superior versus inferior in human relations. Ecofeminism also believes that a society that tolerates the oppression of women is directly linked with its tendency to tolerate the abuse of the environment and the degradation of nature. It also features the existing patriarchal and capitalist system in our society as social and economic exploitative to their detrimental of women and nature. This theory benefits the social and political agenda of both female and nature. After knowing the principles of sustainability and theories in radical ecological philosophy, we are now ready to study the two important values in conserving our environment. These are prudence and frugality. How can one lessen the waste he or she is making? How can one be more efficient and more responsible in using natural resources? These questions can be answered by observing prudence and frugality towards the environment. Prudence and frugality are two of the many virtues that can help us in addressing various environmental problems and solving the challenges these problems have created. What is prudence? It is the capacity to direct and discipline one's activities and behavior using reason. It is the behavior that is cautious and as much as possible keeps away from any risk. Prudence is considered as the first and most vital among the four cardinal virtues, which include justice, fortitude, and temperance. Human finiteness is indivisible from the physical environment, which means that we, vulnerable beings, depend on a no less fragile and vulnerable natural world, the ultimate source of human well-being and economic prosperity. Prudence can help us become wiser, more responsible in terms of using our natural resources, and most importantly, become more appreciative of nature's essential value. On the other hand, frugality is the quality of being thrifty. It is the careful supervision of one's resources. Frugality, aside from prudence, is another fundamental value that can help us develop a sense of right and wrong and attain whatever we want in life. A frugal person always invests time to think carefully just to save a lot of money and therefore uses far less money compared to an affluent person. When someone is being frugal in using natural resources like electricity and water, this person is putting lesser damage on our natural environment. Furthermore, a frugal person usually leaves out the idea of reduce, reuse, and recycle just to minimize expenses. Yet, this same idea also minimizes overall environmental impact. Frugality, just like prudence, plays a big role in protecting our environment. It finds a great deal of value in lessening one's use of natural resources and at the same time getting as much value as possible out of the resources that we are using. Always remember this. The values of prudence and frugality can be used in any setting or situation. It is not limited to environmental causes. It is important to note that an environment may be any external setting that people live in. An environment is not limited to plants and animals and may be found in a rural or urban setting. For your activity, heal the environment. You're going to organize the following images in a more aesthetic way and environment-friendly. Draw your idea and write your explanation on the space provided. Create your drawing together with your answer in a long coupon band. For the first image, we have the sea turtle eating plastic. So what are you going to draw in the next box and then explain on the space provided? Next image, we have trees that is cat and also fire. So what are you going to draw in the next box and what is your explanation for your drawing? The last image are garbage. Where are you going to put this garbage in your drawing and then explain why? For the next activity, conserve and preserve the environment. You're going to think of 2 ways on how you can apply prudence for number 1 and frugality for number 2 on consuming each of the following items like the energy, plastic, water, and paper. Fill the table with your ideas. Copy and answer it in your paper. For your performance task for this lesson, you can choose from the 2 items. Either activity A, depend the environment, which if you are a writer, you can choose this one. You're going to read and analyze the situation given. Write a 2-paragraph position paper regarding the issue. In writing the position paper, include principles of sustainability or theories of practical ecological philosophy to support your stand. Write your answer in your paper. In writing your position paper, you're going to follow this format. First, you're going to write your title. Second, the introduction, body, and conclusion. And then it will be graded this way. Content 40%, organization 20%, coherence 20%, language 10%, mechanics 10%, total of 100%. For the other choices, activity B, do something for the environment. If you are creative, Then, your role is an artist commissioned to make a product or an artwork that is functional using recyclable materials such as paper, cardboard, metal, plastic, textile, and any materials. Take a photo of your artwork and paste it in a long cotton band, or you can make or take a selfie, then you can send directly to my messenger. These are the criteria: usefulness 40%, use of recyclable materials 30%, creativity originality 20%, and overall project impact 10%, total of 100%. Remember this: environment is no one's property to destroy, it's everyone's responsibility to protect. Environment isn't asking us to conserve her for her, but for our future generations.
Thank you. God bless us all.